Hi everyone, and in today's video we are doing how to attack and how to defend. I'm going to be doing all the maps. However, I'm not going to be making one long video for all the maps. I'm going to make short videos for the main parts of the maps that you need to focus on. And in today's video we're going to talk about mid on split. So I'm just going to go around the basics on how you should use your smokes, why you should be the operator, the agent you are, and how to attack, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. So there's multiple ways you can smoke on this map or in mid as Brimstone. Oh yeah, by the way, the reason you want to be Brimstone and an Omen in middle is because you need two smokes for this line, pathway, whatever you want to call it anyways. And the Omen smokes are bigger than Brimstones, and you only spawn with two of them. So using his smokes here, using only one of them is not going to be enough. It's gonna be gaps on the side of the smoke. So you need two anyways, and therefore it's a lot better to use Brimstones, because then you don't have to wait 30 seconds to use another smoke. So you want to have a Sage with you in middle as well, because you need that wall in middle after your smoke fades. So you're gonna smoke like this, and if you're spawning heaven like this, after you're smoked, you want to run down here into a position like this. So what this position allows you is to see the enemy players if they're pushing through the gap in the sides of the smokes like this, so they can't push through without getting punished by you then. And obviously by smoking here, you're not allowing them any of this room to play with. And the reason you don't want to allow them this room to play with is because this allows completely new different angles to heaven and towards vents, as you can probably see. So we want to smoke here. It's kind of an aggressive smoke, but at the same time, those are the smokes that have worked for me the most, and those are the smokes that you should use the most. So whenever those smokes fades, you want to get your Sage to immediately wall after you. So you just go from heaven, come into a position like this, just hold the gaps here. If they have eco or force or low buy, you can jump down here, and then you can go into this corner. They might hear you, so you have to be careful, and go into this corner and wait, and then you can get maybe your Sage to wall off, so they think it's gonna be clear here in this area, but in reality you're still gonna be there, because they don't think there's gonna be, they're gonna think like, why is Sage gonna wall here if there is someone in mid still? So that's a great way you can use this angle. I don't recommend using it too often though, maybe only once per game. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool thing you can do. You could also push down into this corner and just wait for them to push you, especially if you're on eco buy. I really recommend pushing into this corner, because they're first of all maybe not gonna expect it, and if they're gonna run through, you can just shotgun them in the head, or use whatever kind of pistol that you have and just shoot them when they're gonna either go past you or straight up to you. And so when you have walled this, they're always gonna break it, but what we can do is they're probably gonna break the middle piece like this. So what you can do is stand in this corner or this kind of area and watch barrels like this. So if they are gonna try and jump up, you're gonna see them, and if they crouch as well. So you are gonna see them if they are on barrels here. You could also, after the wall is done or broken, smoke this staircase here. It's not a staircase, but smoke this, and then you can hold barrels as well as at this from the same corner like this. The only thing you really have to worry about when you are playing, when you're smoking this, is the frog position right in front of you. What I mean by that is you can actually see over the head. You can stand on top of the frog and then see over the smokes. So that's really the only position you have to worry about. But it's a pretty easy position to clear out, especially if you're sitting in this corner. You can't be seen from there anyways. So yeah, you don't have to worry too much about it, but just have that in mind that it might come up there, so just be aware of that. If you don't want to play as aggressive middle, you can also just smoke like this. However, though, then when you first smoke like this, you allow them to get into good positions, and you'll also allow them to jump on top of this without making any noise and being in this position when the smoke immediately fades. So Sage, if she's gonna wall right after, she might be caught off guard by a player sitting here because you smoked so defensive. So yeah, I recommend smoking down here, walling straight after, then smoking here, holding that kind of angle. So yeah, I really recommend doing that. Since you are playing towards A side, you are the first rotation. You're the first rotation. So you have to be aware that when you have smoked and it's a lot towards A, you are the first one that is gonna be going towards A and not Sage. And if you are playing Sage mid, I don't recommend using your wall too early, because if you break it, if the enemy team break it, you don't have your wall for later rounds, because you might not actually have to use your wall at all in the middle if they are really quiet there. So yeah, don't use it too early. You let your brimstone use your smokes first, and then you can use your wall. That's what I see way too much in actually pretty high ranks as well. When I watch pro level players as well, they usually just take up this wall way too soon without letting your teammates use his smokes, so that when this is broken, there's no way for you to deny them any access to any part of the area, any part of the map, really. So yeah, that's pretty much how you just defend middle. Yeah, now we're gonna go over some basics on how to attack as well. So when you're attacking, you generally want to smoke events like that all the time. Smoking so deep allows you one of two things. They can't push through the smoke without being seen or punished, and they still can't see through the doorway. So I don't want to see this kind of smoke, because yeah, you can pretty much see that they can potentially push through the smoke and get into this position right here without you knowing. So always smoke it as far as possible goes without, and still as far as possible goes without them having still wishing through that smoke though. So if they are playing Brimstone against you, you have to expect these kind of smokes, and if he is throwing these smokes, you just have to wait for them to fade. But at the center round, you always want to take the smoke. You could also get your Omen, if you have an Omen, to smoke it as well, so you don't waste any of your smokes. Because Omen can get his smokes back, but you can't, so you can also get him to smoke. If they're not smoking this, however, I recommend being a little bit aggressive, trying to force the Sage wall as early as possible. And if you do force it pretty early, just break it, and then it's gone, and then try and advance and take some fights towards Heaven. However, if you're not gonna break it, you can stand on top of this ledge here, and then you can see into vents with this kind of hedge angle. They're not going to expect it too much, and if there's an operator playing here, they are not going to be able to go from this position to flick all the way to your head in that position. So this is pretty good angle that you can use once in a while. You can see into vents. Sometimes you can also you can see it when they're standing here as well, but not if they're crouching. So yeah, always smoke in vents. However, when you are gonna take mid, you want to try and fight as much as possible towards Heaven, because you want to either kill her, kill the guy that's playing Heaven, or force her back here. If you kill her, then you can just, or I'm saying her because I'm guessing it's gonna be Sage. But if you kill a guy, then you can advance towards B and kill the guy on B, because getting B from Heaven is the easiest thing possible. Is the easiest thing in the world. So then you're gonna try and advance a little bit more, or aggress a little bit more towards B and try and kill him as well, and then you have B sight. So yeah, and then when it comes to, if you don't kill her, you could also smoke like this and smoke like that, and then they can't see you from the stairs, because this is a pretty common angle to hold. And obviously down here, so they can't see you from CT up to Heaven, they either have to push through the smoke or just play retake the whole time. When it comes to, some weird positions like this, I actually have a lineup for you that I want to show you. You can come to this bicycle here in spawn, jump on top of it, and then aim like I'm doing now, and then just left click, and that is gonna land directly behind this box. And on pistols and ecos, I have gotten quite a few kills from doing this molly, because they usually sit in the corner on eco round just waiting for you to pass by and then boom, kill them. But then it's gonna come a molly down here, so it's gonna be, oh shit, and they have to move, and then yeah. Either die from my molly, take a lot of damage, and then get killed by my teammates. So it's one or the other. So you can also molly vents. By vents I mean the vents entrance like this. You come into this corner, which is right by the spawn. You aim like I'm doing, and then you right click throw. Left click throw, I mean. Left click jump, I mean. What? I'm so used to Cisco. You left click and jump, and then you have this molly. If they are gonna peek here, they have to peek and take a lot of damage and maybe die, or they can't peek at all. So that's a pretty good molly. You can also smoke it, get your arm to smoke it, and then you use the molly as well. So if they want to try and get in the smoke and, you know, see if you're gonna push into it, they can't because of the molly. So yeah, that's one molly lineup. Those are the two molly lineups that I know. You can also try and experiment finding one molly lineup that goes either in this corner here. However, I couldn't find one because of the angle. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be possible to find a molly lineup that covers that kind of angle. Maybe from there, from like, I don't know, here. Maybe from back here, but I haven't been able to find one because the angle is it's pretty sharp angle, so I don't know. But you can try though. So that's I'm gonna cover the sites in a new episode. However, I'm just gonna cover B and then A. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. Some different angles, some different you know, little tricks, molly lineups, and a few ways to smoke, and how to defend and how to attack basically. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below, so I want to know what you want to see next. I'm also gonna do a gameplay series where I commentate over my own gameplay, and then try and get as high as possible in ranked. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys